guarantee this is why you can't change. You walk into your therapist's office, same time next week, and you sit down on the chair, or maybe you even sit on a Zoom call with your therapist, or maybe even a phone call, and you sit down and you look at your therapist and you tell them the problem. And this is the same problem that you've been repeating for many, many years. I mean, I've known people who are people pleasers at the age of 24 and still are people pleasers at the age of 53. But yeah, they're still going to therapy. They've tried it. They've gone to therapy. They came away for a few months. They went back to therapy, came away for a few months, went back to therapy, and then felt defeated and just called themselves a people pleaser. But anyway, back to the point. You talk to your therapist about the problems. They might ask you some questions. They might give you some advice, which I never recommend at all. If you're wanting to change something in your subconscious mind, advice doesn't work. But that's for conversation for another day. So you go to therapy and you feel a little bit better. In fact, sometimes you might feel a little bit defeated if this is your 87th time in the therapist's room, but whatever. So you come out of therapy, you go on with your week, you wonder why your therapist hasn't sent you any homework, and if they have, you feel stupid for doing it. But anyway, you return to therapy in 2 weeks' time to only talk about the same problem over and over again. And this pattern goes on for many, many years. And this is the reason why people live with anxiety for years and years, because they're taught to manage their anxiety. If anyone tells you to manage your anxiety, then we have a slight problem. Anyway, back to my point. The reason why talking through your problems won't ever solve your problems is because they use the same modality. You can't outthink thoughts. It is impossible. You can't use the same process to heal the same problem. You can't think your way out of thoughts. And what do we know about thoughts? Where are they formed? They're formed from a belief. Your beliefs create your thoughts create your feelings. For example, you have a belief that you're not good enough, which creates thoughts of, I can't do it. What will they think? Will they leave? I'm going to fail. What about if I don't make it? That creates feelings of fear. Fear then creates a behavior of procrastination to stop you from doing the thing that you're afraid of doing, because if it happens and it becomes true, it'll just confirm that you're not good enough. So whilst you're trying to solve the thought, it will never solve the problem, because the problem isn't the thought, the problem is the belief, and you can't talk your way out of a belief either. You have to do it through state change, radical physiological change, or through subconscious reprogramming, which is where you go back to the very event at which you first took on the belief and you reprogram it through subconscious reprogramming. And this is why many people after working with me quit therapy and they never walk back in that room ever again, and they never have the same problem ever again, because I can change it like that. The problem isn't knowing the problem. You already know what the problem is. The problem is, how do you change it? And that's exactly what I do.